Appreciate you being on the pod.
It was a pleasure.
Appreciate you being on
I
the
had to
pod.
fly over to come, You call for me, I come. You know what I mean? Fly over just in time for today.
Fly over.
Yes, sir.
How far you fly from?
No, so good.
No.
You wouldn't believe how much names I got.
Oh, wow.
I got DasQuay, Das, the skinny boy from TV. I got so much name. So I was born in Nassau, PNH. Grow up, going through school, go to Mount Tabor, involved heavily in the youth department, and I used to love youth so much that it was hype. We used to have fun, laugh, play games, have a great time. I still have it today, where right before I go to perform, I get nervous.
Anxious. Okay.
Yeah, I start to pump up. You talking facts, right?
It's get gas.
Yeah, it's get gas before I go to perform. So if you ever come to anything I doing and you see me pacing backstage, it's just because if anybody walk past, I don't want them.
You want them.
I don't want them lead
You gotta spread it out.
I on social media seeing my friends out having fun. They involved in this karate, traveling, they doing this, they doing that, and I just stuck home year after year. I won't go out, and the only outing I got was youth meeting. If I bomb again, the next time I sit on this couch next to you, it could be me telling you how I went into philanthropy or something. I shift my whole career path, and now I do this now. Yeah.
All right, what's up? Welcome everyone to the new episode of the Myles podcast. This is Myles Jr. I'm your host, and as always, the vision and goal of this podcast is to entertain, educate, and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitations you may think exist, always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. All right. So I have a fun pod today. I'm sure there are a lot of us out there that love to laugh. We love comedy. I'm one of those individuals. I'm one of those individuals who could find humor in the things that you shouldn't find humor in. That's something I've been trying to work on. Unfortunately, my wife is the same way, so we just be in the most inappropriate situations, dying laughing. And we apologize when necessary. Sometimes we be unapologetically us, but I love to laugh. That's the point. And today on the pod with me, I have a guest that is very hilarious. I think he's a very naturally comedic person, and we're going to find out a little about his comedy, how he came up, how he developed his skills. With me today on the pod is Mr. DasQuay.
What's going on?
Jaquay, for those who
know me. We wasn't sure what we was carrying for the.
Yeah, we trying to dop each other up, but we wasn't sure if we wanted to dop.
Some people intentionally do that, go for the dop, and they go for the dop, and they be like, "What's going on, mate? That's be so weird." What's going on?
Everything cool, man. Everything cool, DasQuay. Appreciate you being on the pod.
It was a pleasure.
Appreciate you being on the pod.
I had to fly over to come. You call for me, I come. You know what I mean? Fly over. Just in time for today.
Fly over.
Yes, sir.
How far you fly from?
No, so.
No. Well, I appreciate you being on the pod, bud. I love the work that you've been doing. Been following you for a number of years.
Appreciate it.
One of my favorite skits from you is that I bring back every Christmas is. The skit you did when you was asking
what you want,
what
you get me, man, my things,
and then you put the stick on your
I am
face.
the gift. What more you want?
You say what more you want?
What more you want? You got me. What more you want? That's a staple for Christmas,
bro. Every Christmas I post that.
That torn out right now for when Christmas comes. I post that again.
Fall come that start torn out. Yeah. You gotta run that back.
There's two things with told. That skit and what's she name? All I Want for Christmas.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah,
Two things would
yeah,
start on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them go always be influential during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. All right, so it's DasQuay, everyone, also known as Jaquay. But you don't. People
don't know Jaquay. They can forget it, so that's fine.
Just stick with DasQuay.
Yeah, just stick with DasQuay.
DasQuay. Yes, let's. So DasQuay. Like I know that's Bahamian terminology, right? Like when you see your boy or you see an object or something, you be like, oh, that's
DasQuay.
That's Quay over there.
Right.
See DasQuay.
See, a lot of people didn't pick that up. You smart,
No,
you
man.
smart, man. No, for true. A lot of people. That's your real name? No, ma'am.
Oh, they thought your real name was DasQuay?
DasQuay. So to shorten DasQuay, they'd be like, Das. Look here. What?
They shortening the wrong end.
Not Quay. Das. It's a lot of things I have to. You wouldn't believe how much names I got.
Oh, wow.
I got Das Corn, DasQuay, Das, the skinny boy from TV. I got so much name.
Oh man.
Lord.
So the name, where did DasQuay come from? Did you just say, hey man, like Ice Quay, I want people to refer to me as DasQuay when they see me?
Funny enough, when YouTube was getting hot, YouTube skits and parodies and stuff like that, and I was branching off into my own Bahamian comedy, my own content, I started to look at names that already existed from people that I follow already. So they had it like, it's me, Trey. Call me this. It's your boy this. So I was like, I need to come up with something catchy like that. So I tried a few things. It's your boy Quay. Call me Quay. But I was like, I don't want copy what already out there.
Sure.
Then I almost considered what my auntie has called me. And I didn't think it would have gone well. So I didn't go with it.
No, you got to say it.
She's called me don't laugh.
Okay.
Don't laugh. She's called me Quaker Oats.
No, I wouldn't recommend you go with that.
Don't laugh. Right. You imagine
why?
Now I'd be like, I have this comedian on my podcast. Let's welcome Quaker Oats.
It's Quaker Oats.
That's so weird. So I just
like,
gone with, because it's going to be Bahamian comedy.
Yep.
Let me Bahamianize it. So I just landed on DasQuay, because who it is.
That's who it is. That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Origin stories.
Yeah. So man, so let's talk about like you becoming who you are today. Like where did this start? Because most comedians they come from a background where like they were always funny, always like the class clown and stuff like that. But your background was a little different.
Very different.
So how did you become this comedian and influencer that you are today?
I was not a class clown growing up. People don't believe that.
But were you funny though? You don't know.
I don't know. Okay, so the people who was closest to me would get the best of me.
The best of you is you being funny?
Me just talking, and they'd laugh.
So okay.
I didn't think of myself as a comedian, because a comedian is strategic. They intentionally think of stuff or gimmicks or catchphrases to make people laugh.
Got you.
I'm just in everyday conversations and people would laugh, I guess, but it was never like, yeah, Gray, you funny,
Yeah.
It was just, we talking, we having a good time. It's cool. I was actually quiet and shy growing up until, I guess, junior high school, again, in a room with people I don't know, in a shell. When I get around people who I know, I'm more comfortable, I'm more outward expressive. And it wasn't until all the way in 2010. So I got some training. I used to be a youth director.
Yeah, let's start. Let's
go in the back, the origin story. Yeah. So I was born in Nassau, PNH. Grow up, going through school, go to Mount Tabor, involved heavily in the youth department, and I used to love youth so much that it was hype. We used to have fun, laugh, play games, have a great time. And then
involved just as a
regular youth.
Yeah, okay,
right.
You.
Then it evolved into me becoming a leader in leading the youth meetings.
How old were you at the time when you came?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I was in high school by then. I
Okay.
can't remember age because I won't talk it.
You don't want to date
Yeah,
yourself?
a lot of people
You
think
young.
I 20. Yeah, exactly. So when I was 14, 15, I became older than that. I started leading youth meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The pastors would be like, entertain them, let them have fun, and then bring me on to talk for 15, 20 minutes. Okay, cool. Not knowing that I was training of being in front of a crowd, of planning, of leading.
Mm-hmm.
And then still shy, still hesitant to do anything out my shell. And then 2010 comes and...
So hold on. Let me, because I want to
we'll
build.
take it in. Okay,
Yeah.
strides.
So, you a part of the youth ministry.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to appoint you a leader amongst the youth.
Yes.
And they would ask you to, come up and, entertain the youth or whatever. And,
Right. Just lead the youth meetings.
Yeah. And then introduce the speaker. So you being introverted, I'm sure, being up front, all eyes on you, that created some anxiety.
At the beginning, I still have it today, where right before I go to perform, I get
You're
nervous.
anxious. Okay.
Yeah, I start to pump up myself. You talking facts, right?
You just get gas.
Yeah, it's get gas before I go to perform. So if you ever come to anything I doing and you see me pacing backstage, it's just because if anybody walk past, I don't want them.
You want them.
I don't want them lead it
You
back
gotta spread it out.
I don't want them lead it back to me. So I would get nervous, but I think the excitement of having fun was overshadowed that.
Okay.
And once my name gets called or it's time to roll, all of that anxiety, all of that nervousness would go away, and I up there and I having fun.
And that happened. That was the same when you were back then. As
Back
you,
then.
Okay.
I even was in a gospel rap group.
Oh, wow.
Nobody knows that.
What's the name of the group?
Yes.
The group name was Yes?
Yes.
The group name was Yes.
It was Yes.
Why was the group name Yes?
The Youth Explosion Soldiers. The Youth Explosion Soldiers. But I was in the rap group, so of course.
What was your rap name?
Smiley. Mother sick. You make me remember that. Before I was DasQuay, I was Smiley.
Smiley. You actually look like a smiley to me.
I used to smile a lot.
Yeah.
I used to smile a lot. People liked my smile. I used to smile a lot. And my nickname was Smiley. I actually got that from a girl
All right.
in high school.
All right, there.
Yeah, every time I'd see her, I just smile at her because I was too scared to talk to her. And one day, randomly, she's like, "Hi, Smiley."
And that name stick.
And that's stuck. I say, wait, I go on MSN Messenger, I changed my name. Wait, high five, MySpace, changed my name. I did date myself. But yeah, I would always be nervous. But I would always be okay when it's time to execute.
Sure.
I don't know why. I'm sure things prepared me for that. I think it's church, being in front of church, youth Sundays, being a part of a rap group, leading youths. All of that was kind of unbeknownst to me.
Big word.
Prepare me. You see that? I had 2 prepared for this podcast. That's my first one. One coming later. Yeah. So that was my process growing up. I was still nervous, but I was able to push through it once it was time to go.
Okay. Then you mentioned 2010. So what happened in 2010?
2010, again, YouTube was popping off. I was doing a parody to the Old Spice commercial. You know the Old Spice? The guy, I'm on a horse.
Yeah.
They have to pay you for that?
I hope so.
Okay, Old Spice, hit us up.
Yeah, man.
And I did a parody, Stop Liking Man dropped.
Okay.
This is the year Stop Liking Man dropped.
We all remember that.
This is the iconic age.
That was a wave.
Yeah.
Through the Bahamas.
And the world.
Well,
the Bahamas across the world
you're right.
was tuned into that. So when that dropped, everybody going crazy, everybody to school, reenacting the scenes and stuff like that. And then I went home. I think we was on a break, and I just randomly did a spoof video, a recreation of something that already exists. And I did an Old Spice commercial, and I put it on Facebook. I think it was just starting up, put it on YouTube just for fun. I ain't think anybody can see it because nobody know who he is. Little scrawny boy from Pinewood. He ain't got much friends. Who would see this? But I'm doing it just to pass time, just for creativity, just for fun. Put that online. I don't know how we got it, but Tyrone who's in charge of Collage Entertainment, also known as the Stop Like a Man Group, he saw it and he hit me up, and when he inboxed me, I started freaking out because I'm like, this the fellow who say, "Cause we're niggas." I can say that on the podcast. Cause we're niggas, right? So he messaged me. He in my inbox. I go on 3 page, making sure it's him, solidifying. Yes, it's him. And he's like, "Hey man, I saw the video you posted. It's very creative, very good. If you interested, meet me by BFM Friday." Okay, sure. I'll meet you there. And I went there, and he was like, "Just come to feel it out. Just see what we're about. It's actually a group. It's a movement." And I went there, met the group, was fanboying, freaking out internally. It took me like 3 meetings before I actually got out my shell and started interacting. I just was observing, and I'm like, "But I ain't funny. I ain't no comedian. Why they call for me?" But it was something they saw in me that I didn't see in myself. Because how much other funnier persons out there? That's what I was thinking at the time. And it just went from there. Being in that environment started to being around silly people started to bring the silly out of me. Yeah, environment shapes
Absolutely
who you are.
Absolutely.
So being in that environment, gone from being quiet in the corner to cracking joke. We have meeting for 7 and we didn't start rehearsal till 9 o'clock, because from 7 to 9 we just getting off
on each other.
Yeah, so that's how I really got out of my shell in terms of, hey, you have a gift, you have talent, here's a platform to hone in on what you have or to discover what you have and put it to the test.
So let's talk about the challenges that you faced getting to that point, right? And how you overcame them. So what were some of the major challenges that you would have experienced in that process? And what did you do to overcome those challenges?
2 challenges that stick out to me during that process was, one, being in a secluded home. Very protected, you can't go this way, you can't go that way, they shooting out there, they killing out there, no, I ain't dropping you there, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. And it was all for my protection, of course, and the fear of the worst happening to me. But mentally, I was taking that a whole different way, like, they didn't want me to go experience the world, like, why are they trying to keep me in here? Like, I on social media seeing my friends out having fun. They involved in this karate, traveling, they doing this, they doing that, and I just stuck home year after year. I won't go out, and the only outing I got was youth meeting. So that 3-4 hours was my escape. And I a little older, I need to find something else to do. I need to get out of this. What felt like a prison at the time. So just battling that frustration had me like seeking ways to escape. Thank God it was something positive and not like looking for an escape in like partying or getting involved in any kind of mix up. So dealing with that internal frustration at home, and then the second one would be fear. Anytime anyone ever asks me to do anything, I'd shut it down immediately because I scared. You a student? No, sir, I don't do that. But you good at that? I straight. And then after some time of thinking it over and processing it, I'll do it. Still scared, but I'll go for it. Like I said, I'm always nervous until it's time to go. Once it's go time, peace comes over me and I'm able to execute, put my best foot forward and just give good results. So they were the 2 major challenges I had around that specific time.
Okay. And a highlight moment of like a breakthrough where, you was going through challenges or you came through some challenges, had a good couple of, months, years, whatever it was. Then you came through some other challenges, but like what's a highlight moment where you was like, man, like, all right, there's something I not only could do, but I'm good at, and I could like, make a living for myself. Like let's highlight like that aha moment.
When I first got started hosting events, well, the social media was popping off because everybody would come online looking for content.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I dropped my when I dropped my current off dread song, being bored home one day, write one song off the cuff, go in my car, hot car.
So for the non-Bahamians out there, I gotta
sorry.
define a lot of these terms.
Okay.
Hey,
non-Bahamians out there.
So get off means like just to rag on your friends or the group or whatever, where you like cracking jokes or making fun of like their poking parents or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Current in the Bahamas, like if someone say current off, that means the power is off.
Yes.
Right? The electricity is not working.
You're doing very good.
Okay, I got
this translation.
I gotta
really good.
Relay these messages. So he made a song about the current being off, which is the power being off, which is something that is still pretty common here in the Bahamas. If you live in the Bahamas,
like that. There's little 20% better.
Yeah.
Right? But I like around that time, it was like every day, you know it going off.
Yep.
But yeah, power would go off. Came up with a song, went in my car, recorded it, put it on social media, blew up, went viral. Bahamians around the world tapping in, listening, getting all kind of messages, and that's the first moment I was like, babe, I actually could make it as an independent creator, because that's when I first kind of branched off on my own. Then around that time, hosting events, I basically was only doing church events at the time. So lock-ins, youth meetings, pop in the church service, do like 10 minutes. And what I would normally get is either a thank you, a pat on the back, a fruit basket. I thought fruit baskets only for if you're sick. That's what I thought. But a fruit basket or like one Starbucks, $5 Starbucks card.
Ain't no one hit you off with some cash.
No.
Like, hey, thanks for your work.
No, because they say, you doing this for the Lord. You're using your gift for the Lord.
Oh, my God.
So I'm like, I don't want to disappoint the Lord who gave me this gift, so I'm going to do this for the Lord. So I didn't feel like cash was necessary. But the older you get, responsibilities, bills, things you want start to increase. You like, man, at least give me $10. Yeah. You book me for an hour and y'all start an hour late. The event gone for 2 hours. So I was here for a total of 3 hours. I still charge you for an hour. Just give me a little something. Because I knew. So having that new person syndrome, that comparison syndrome, comparing myself to other persons who was out there doing their thing. So I felt like I wasn't on a level yet to be charging. And one day, someone asked me, you do weddings? I said, no, ma'am. She said, would you try it out? All you have to do is announce what's on the program. And I was like, I'd try it out, no problem. And I went and do it. And it's like, how much you could charge me? Whatever you bless me with. And I think they gave me at that time like $300.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something.
That's the most you make at that point.
You know what it is for God to enlarge your territory. For you to go from $10 in a fruit basket to $300.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, you know what? I could charge for this thing, because when you start to accumulate what you do, and you kind of watch what you do compared to other people, and you see how different you are, and then you mix that in with the reviews that you get, and then people at the event start requesting you for more stuff, you're like, hold on, this turning into a business now.
Right.
So since she gave me $300, that's my floor now.
Yeah.
That's my floor. If anybody go higher than that, that's my floor. Yeah. So if you give me $400, now that's my floor. And that's just how I was building it up from then. So that was my aha, like, I could turn this into business. I could live off of this, doing this on the side, because I still had a 9 to 5.
So that's why I wanted to get to you, because I'm sure at some point you had to have a job, right, to support yourself.
Most definitely.
Just starting out. So what was that job, and like how long were you there, and then what was that point where you say, man, I got to make this transition?
I was working at the cruise port behind Fish Fry as a security officer. protecting all the containers and imported goods. I look like a good protector, right?
They gave you what they gave you for protection? Flashlight?
Walkie-talkie.
So you called for help?
Yes. No, I ain't gonna do nothing now. I ain't gonna do nothing now. I could call for backup.
I got you.
Hey, Foxtrot 1, we need someone bigger and stronger than me. Please help. But I was a security officer. Was reluctant to it at first because, again, in my mind, security officers is buzzed on, open door, and do their rounds and stuff. So I'm like, there's a few things I told myself growing up I'd never do.
No.
And I ain't knocking them.
You want to mention them? Let's go.
Yeah, let's go for it. Because I ain't knocking. That was then. I was young and I was naive.
Grown and
I was silly.
I'm
grown.
Got you.
And one of these jobs is actually one of my brands that I work with now. So it's 3 things I say I'd never do. Security job, because it's boring. Pump gas.
You can't be a gas at that.
This when I was young though.
Uh-huh.
And back. I don't know why. I just was like, there's 3 things I don't think I would do. Again, being young. But if I could go back and go jump on them jobs and make some money, like early in my childhood, I would.
Yeah.
What was the point? Where we was?
Oh, you was talking about your job, your 9 to 5.
Right, so protecting and serving, security. So at first I was reluctant, and then I was like, you know what? Let me give it a try. And when he told me what the pay was, got excited. And the fact that he was like a big brother to me as well, I said, okay, at least I have someone on the job who could look after me, make sure I straight.
He being your boss?
Yes. Yes, because he went to the same church as me.
Okay.
So when he offered me the job, he told me, it ain't much to it. There's so much they're getting paid. This is actually a really good job compared to all the jobs in Nassau. And I was like, okay, I'll take a swing at it. He said, if you don't like it, let me know. Cool. Went there, started working. Then I did 1 or 2 things on the computer for them. I see a graphic. So I was moved from outside to now being inside, making these IDs that you need in order to come into the cruise port.
Okay.
You have to get a TWIC card. And so I ended up in the AC room by myself, no overshadow. I ain't got to protect and serve or fight nobody. Just got to make these cards, do my job, 9 to 5, go. And I was doing that for 5 years. Content. I in AC. I cool, I good, nobody bother me, nobody over me, I making money, I take my lunch hour, come back. Simple.
Everything cool.
Right. And then 5 years go by and I started to get frustrated randomly. Like, I don't want to go to work today. I on the job and I started to get frustrated, like I don't want to be here randomly. Everything was good. There was no reason for me to be frustrated. And then when I started to really process why am I frustrated, I started to think about I want to be out there doing entertainment, not just on Fridays, not just on weekends. I want to travel with it. I want to do more, but I stuck here on this job until afterwards. And by the time as you get off, the day done over. And weirdly enough, around that time, all kind of random confirmations started happening. Pastor started preaching about, once you get frustrated in a space randomly, that's a sign that it's time for you to leave. Yep. And I was like, leave where? That's a good job. The benefits are good, and I in AC where going, not to park bike, not to pump gas. But I didn't see where I was going because I was comfortable there. Yep. Then, randomly, one day, a man knocked on my door, opened the door. He said, hey, young man, I know you don't know me, but God placed on my heart just to prophesy to you right quick. Do you mind? I said, no problem. And one of the things he said was, your feet won't be planted here much longer. And again, I hold in the hand, I look at him like, okay, because I know where you want me to go. Yeah. This is my job. I got a car because of this job. I got to put gas in the car. And then, frustrated more. I had a conversation with my boss, and I asked him, what you could do when you retire? Or when you retire, and he said, soon. I said, when you leave, I leaving too, because I feel like my covering leaving, so I going too. He said, no man, they ain't gonna be right up in now. I say, well, anyway, if you leave, just know I leave. That's how much I respect you, and I thank you, and I look up to you, covering me. But that still was dropping in my heart. It's time to go, you ain't happy here. just take the leap of faith. Another Sunday come, just jumping off the cliff and trusting God. And I was like, you know what, I just gotta obey. So I sent him my 2 weeks notice, and for 2 weeks, every day, my boss was asking me, where you going wake? You sure you want to make this move? And I was like, no, I ain't sure, but I want to be obedient. That's all I was telling him. I just want to be obedient. The last day came, he said, hey, this your final chance. I could tear up this resignation. You could stay until you find something to fall on. I said, sir, I just want to be obedient. That's what I feel God has for me to do. So last day gone. For like a week, nothing, no booking, quiet. And I sitting home like, let me see if they still have that position open so I could go back to making my card in my comfortable space with my money. Yeah. So I called my work after a week and I check on my supervisor. I say, I called in just to check on y'all, how things going. And this me just feeling the temperature. If y'all need me back, if y'all need me, I can come. Just in case. Just have my uniform ready. And she's like, I see you calling, you won't come back here. And I was like, nah. Just was checking in on y'all. And she was like, okay, cool. Well, you here, so-and-so, my boss, left, right? He resigned. I was like, what? So yeah, he resigned. So I said that to say it was just obedience, my obedience with God telling me just jump, just go. Because if I didn't leave on God's timing, I would have been leaving on
his timing, your boss.
My boss timing and dying the timing God want me on. Yeah. So that was like a turning point in my life, and I just jumped off the cliff, and I've been falling ever since.
So you tell your boss, hey, if you leave, I gone. Leave. And then you end up going.
And he's like,
and your boss is like, all right.
If you leave, I ain't leaving. But he didn't tell me that.
Yeah. So yeah. That's great, man. Because I had a pod, a couple months ago talking about removing the safety net, right? And once you get that urge in your spirit to do something or to move from a certain environment, and the environment that you're in is an environment where you're comfortable in, and you have like you say, you have this salary, you have these benefits, you have this comfortability where you are. It's like, where I go in, right? Or I'll go if you show me where I go in, or if the opportunity presents itself. And sometimes that doesn't happen, right?
No,
you just gotta be like, all right, let me just be obedient, like you say. Being obedience is key, right? It's
key,
and let that opportunity go, and then watch God work.
Yep.
And I think. That's important. That's an important principle and an important lesson for us to always pay attention to, right? Sometimes you have to remove that safety net.
You know how much people miserable in the place they in, right?
Because they like safety. Yeah.
Just safety.
Yeah.
Miserable. Yeah. Can't stand it. Suck their teeth every morning. Got them depressed and they just stuck. Yeah. I think they just ain't paying attention.
How did you build up the confidence to leave though? Because knowing hey, I leave in this.
What I say, I be scared with everything I do.
But I mean, okay, so did you manage all right, I have X amount of money saved. I could manage myself for X amount of months. I'll need to find something or another gig, within this space of time. Just jump straight out the window.
I wish I jump out the window. I just jump head first. Yeah. And I was like,
let's see what
whatever happened. God tell me jump, so I know some gust of wind could come to keep me afloat.
All right.
But that money wasn't looking like I straight for 4 months. No, sir. So that definitely was a God jump.
So you call your job back and was like, hey, just checking.
Just checking, good.
But still not, still sticking to your decision, right? When the things turned for you?
Things turned for me when I was going through, at a church I was attending, I was learning my craft on a deeper level, how important laughter is, on a physical level, spiritual level, mental level. I was being prophesied to, I was being taught on how important my gift is. And I started to take it more serious. And then I started to take what I do more serious as well on the business. There was just a period when I just said, let me stop doing it just for a kiki.
For fun, yeah.
And do this to sustain myself. Because in the journey of business, you always have vultures out there who looking to take advantage of you. You have those who always want a blind. Tell the people what a blind is.
So a blind means like they they want a pass, or like they want you get them something for free, or they want you do something for them that they ain't got to do nothing in return for.
Right.
Yeah.
Always want a blind. What was the thing?
What was the question?
Yeah.
What was the turning point? Like
turning point. Okay.
after you left the job, you like at what point?
Okay.
You know what happened? How did you get from
Cut that part out,
I ain't doing
'cause
nothing?
that's
No, we
close.
keep that man. I ain't
No, but
doing.
you cut the part.
We
Just that
keep
part.
that. We, so you left the job. You know, maybe a week or two went by. You ain't really had nothing.
Right.
But at what point did now this makes sense?
Back on track.
Yeah.
So I was starting to learn how important and how vital my gift was and what it provides for people. And one of the things that was told to me was that, prophesied to me was that kings would come to sit at my feet to learn from me. And I didn't quite understand what that meant. And when I started to see pastors reaching out to me in meetings to pick my brain on how I'm so successful, how I'm drawing attention, getting the views, getting the followers of people and the young people, business owners bringing me in, starting to consult with me. That's when I was like, this for real, like this ain't no play thing. Then you start to get messages from people who are just thanking you for helping them to get through their depression, through their suicidal moment, from their hardship with just a laugh. And then you start to realize again, this ain't a play thing.
Sure.
When you start to make agreements with God, I prayed this bold prayer. I remember one Sunday was all about praying bold prayers. If you want something, pray for it, ask for it. So one of the things I prayed for, I said, God, as long as I'm doing your work with the gift that you have given me, there's two things I want in return. One of them being always have wealth coming in and in abundance, where I'm always in a position to bless someone else. And the second thing is for me to never go stale, never run out of material, never run out of ways to pour creatively. I prayed that prayer in maybe 2018, I think. I want to say 2018, 2019 to now. I've never seen a slow day yet.
Wow.
Even during the pandemic.
Wow.
When everybody was home, can't go to work, you ain't making no money, scared, fighting to survive, don't know what their next move is, these businesses closing down. I went from performing physically to now, hey, be on Zoom, we want you popping for 10 minutes, entertain, send us your banking information. One every 2 days, I popping in. So when I saw like God providing or holding up his end of the bargain with me, doing my gift, those were like 3 points that hit me. Was like, babe, you touching lives, you have this agreement with God and he holding up his end of the bargain, and you know the importance of what you do. That's when it totally switched for me. And I take what I do very, very seriously. That turned my whole perspective of what I do. And now, from then, I've been locked in. Wow.
So what was your first gig? Like after you left your job, your 9 to 5, and you said, hey, I can do this full term. What was one of the first things you started doing? Was it like the viral video that you created and then that spiraled into a lot of other things?
I think so. I think I still was doing church events, youth events. 1 or 2 weddings came up, concerts started to come up, and then I went into starting to do commercials. And the first one I did would have been for Cable Bahamas at the time.
Okay.
That's what really popped me off when other businesses started turning my way like, that dude is actually good. hey.
And they wanted you to be funny in these spots, right?
They thank God that whenever they call me for work, they always give me my creative freedom.
Got you.
And they don't stifle what I bring to the table.
Gotcha.
It ain't an ad unless it got a little bit of
Little humor.
DasQuay,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
you know?
So you mentioned that you know once you left you started to like study the craft and gain a deeper perspective on like comedy and how comedy affects and could impact others, right? So how has humor been a tool for you to connect the audience? Like how have you used that to connect to the audience that you've been able to garner?
The biggest way that I'm able to connect with the audience is making light of serious situations to be able to make it through them. So if the country is dealing with something, or we as humans or as a society is dealing with an issue or a problem or a frustration, if you put it in comedy form, it's more palatable.
Yep.
You could laugh about it,
Yep.
but then you still get the message of it. So I think one thing that I have perfected is getting a message through laughter. You
Okay.
can say through twice.
Yeah.
Okay, through laughter.
Through.
Right. So when I saw how effective that was, that hey, you have a boring product, company, brand, and you want to get this message, service, or product out. Just put some humor in the middle, and after the people, ha ha ha. It's like, you saw that one about Quay, where he talk about the XYZ.
Yep.
Yeah, they haven't sale.
Yep.
It works.
Connecting it. Yeah.
Versus the high. Do you suffer from mesothelioma? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The more corporate ones they have their audience, but once you put humor in it, people can laugh, but they can always remember what it was about.
What it's connected
and
to,
they
yep.
because they want to talk about the funny part, they can end up talking about the whole commercial, the whole content.
The purpose of it, yeah.
And I think that's even more effective to spreading the word.
Okay.
Because now I want you go see this funny video.
Yeah. So you left the job, started your own thing. I'm sure like there was a point where you was like, I don't know if this is the right decision. I don't know if this is the right choice I make. Maybe I need to go find a job. Yeah, because this comedy thing ain't working. Let's talk about that moment.
Okay. Don't know what year this was. A good friend of mine, Pastor Ricardo Miller, children's ministry expert, pastor. He travels to churches and builds up their church ministry, their children's ministry. And he gave me an opportunity to come to a gala event he was doing at Hilton at the time, where pastors and dignitaries would be, and men of the cloth, women of the cloth would be. And I was like, this a big thing, because now if I go make y'all laugh, y'all go want me come to your church, that's more money.
Business booming.
Man, I'm moving. I'm a Christian comedian. Bertram O'Bubbler was my first character, with the Christmas hat, the two shoe, two tie.
The gun in pants.
Yeah, the gun, the gun in pants. If I could get y'all to laugh, I know I rockin'. And I'd been having the youth and the church arena, doing You the Live, doing these big ignition concerts. I ready. So I show up there in my silver suit. Never wear a silver suit while performing. Silver suit, Christmas hat, one high collar, lime green shirt with Pastor Delton Ellis, Facades Men's Fashion. You know about that?
Yeah.
Right. I used to work there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
was
a little salesman.
Oh, right. This was before the security job?
Yes.
Okay.
I left the security job, went there.
Okay.
Yeah, Facades Men's Fashion, man. You want any shoe, any suit, any shirt. What your neck is, 15 and a half. What your length is, 35, 35, 36, 37. Yeah, man, with the cufflink. What kind of cufflink you want? What you wearing? Let's match it up. I does this. So, lost the point again. It can happen a lot.
So you're talking about
okay, so I have a silver suit.
There you go.
It can happen a lot. Warning, it can happen a lot. Lime green, high collar shirt. Ready. Two shoe. Shirt open, big jean. And I go into that room and I sit down in the corner and I just going over my material in my head. I got 10 to 15 minutes to make these people laugh. Easy. I does this.
You did it before.
I did it
a
before.
million
If
times.
he could do it before, he could do it again.
There you go.
So I pull up there and they introduce me, boy, show more bubbler. And I go on the mic. What today is? 2024. September 2024. I still waiting for someone to laugh.
You been getting no laughs.
I up there for 10 minutes and something should click, you know. At one point, something should click to say,
This ain't
stop.
working. Yeah.
Something should click and say,
You
babe,
keep going.
cut down on your time. Something should click and be like, babe, this probably ain't for you.
Yeah.
Just say thank you and good night. Something. And leave. Leave with the dignity that you have left. I kept going because in my mind, this next one could be funny.
Yeah, I could get over this one.
Like that off.
I ain't wake.
All it is. Clink, 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 clink.
Please.
No one soup. Clink, 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 clink. It was so bad. You ever feel like shame come over you? Like something just drop on you?
Yeah.
It was so bad. There was a, you know, the pillars in the building to hold up the structure. There was a pillar right next to me. After I hit one of them jokes, no one laughed. I leaned on the pillar with my head down and I literally was contemplating what could I say next.
Wow.
No, leave, stop. But I there leaning on the pillar like, all right, I could do the one with and I stand so for like 10 seconds, it was quiet and I was up there thinking.
Wow.
That's how like shame's like by why the scene waking.
Yeah.
And I do my last joke. Still nothing. And
So you ain't get not one. Not.
I promise you, not a one. I think it's because all the dignitaries was all in there, you know. I am Dr. Archbishop.
But they like laugh too, though.
That's what I thought.
Got you. That's true.
I don't think they like to laugh when they're around other
I got you.
big names.
Yeah.
They want to, you know, show themselves.
Yeah.
Approve.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I'd never do that again. I walk out that room, going in the bathroom, and I literally stood in that mirror and I was doubting myself like, babe, I ain't think that's for me. This ain't making no sense. Like I was shame. I stand in the mirror, I look at myself, I say, you know what, let me go find a little job and just stick with doing the youths or just don't bother with this and I'll stay online.
Yeah.
And I walk out the bathroom, this random girl passed me, she's like, good job. And I look at her and I wanted to suck my teeth. Because it's like, why you ain't laughing?
But good job.
If I did a good job, why you ain't laugh?
Give me a laugh in the
You had me in
the
there
room.
fighting for my life. Why you don't give me just a little something? She ain't give me nothing.
Oh, man.
But that moment sparked maybe that crowd isn't for me, but don't give up. But that was the lowest I've ever been. I don't think I've ever told Mr. Miller this, but at that moment I was like, everything else, I understand the hit and miss factor, perfection. Maybe you shouldn't do it that way. Maybe you post at a bad time. Maybe this doesn't really relate to that much people. But just put it out there. Just do it. So I was able to accept it ain't funny. Just work on it. Yeah.
And you came out of that with disappointed, but still
with a lesson,
but
with more vigor. Yeah.
And have you had an experience like that since?
No.
Like, have you bombed before, again after that? So no more bombing.
No more bombing. Thank God.
So
if I bomb again, the next time I sit on this couch next to you, it could be me telling you how I went into like philanthropy or something. Like I shift my whole career path, and now I do this now. Yeah. All
right. So I guess we all go through that phase.
You ever had one of them moments?
Yeah, man. I speaking in front of a crowd, and it wasn't for laughs,
not
right?
Amen.
But yeah,
not
like no engagement,
nothing, just quiet.
You, like I up there, I talk, and I was one of those persons. I could talk, but I could think at the same time as I talking, right? So
damn it, you see, one gotta happen. One just start, just lock up, right?
So I talking, and then I thinking in my head, like, better saying, I don't know if I looking around trying to find someone to connect with, and they ain't connecting, and I was like, I don't know if I could do the speaking thing, because I don't like to speak, right? And that was going to be confirmation of me being able to say, all right, yeah, speaking in for me. And then, you know, just like you, someone or a few people afterwards came up and be like, man, that was great. Like, I was so touched. And I realized that I wasn't getting a response because I was affecting them so much.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say.
You know what I mean? And I never experienced that before, right? Because I'm used to like being able to get the response and feedback and being like, okay, that's affirmation. I could move on. But I realized now that, you know, wow, I was like super it was a more of an emotional experience or a deep spiritual experience people were going through, that they were like just kind of fixated on like what was like fixated on the moment. Yeah. And, you know, once I understood that, I was like, all right, okay, maybe I was looking at it too deep. Yeah, too deep. But
so let's talk about that transition. Oh, that's your podcast. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I want to talk. I want to get to because so that content didn't work. So I'm sure like you maybe went in and changed some content or changed like, you know, try to rework some things. But how do you come up with the content that you do? Like, do you see something and be like, oh, that's funny, let me try to use that? Or do you think of like, man, this might could work on this joke? Or, you know, like, how do you come up with content?
It's different ways. It could come through just an idea. It could come through something that I've seen I could put a spin on, or something that I've seen or experienced and now I could turn into a skit. And sometimes it might be, you may see something and they kind of pass over a part of it and you're like, what if you focus in on that part? That part is actually
very funny.
Very funny. And you could explore that. So different ways, randomly. A lot of times too, is be just downloads from God. Have to be. Because even the current off thread song and a lot of content that I come up with, it's just like waking up and idea.
So when you have these ideas and you like execute them, right? Whether you record them or like you put them together and you be like, okay, this is like a joke or a skit or something. Do you know it's going to work? Do you test it out on like friends? Do you send it to a friend and be like, hey, what you think about this?
In the beginning, I would post something, and if it take like within the first hour, within the first hour, if it ain't getting really no traction, what I used to, delete.
Wow.
That one gone. Then I developed into sending it to a few persons, and if they laugh, then I put it out. I think I still do that today. Some of them I just put out. If it hit, if it miss.
And then like so because I hear a lot of comedians saying like, you know, when they working on material, they would do smaller crowds first and like work the joke, see what works, see what doesn't work.
I'm not seeing a comedian. I had a typical comedian. No, I just go big one time.
And if it work, if it don't
work. I did a live I'm not an artist, but I came up with some get off fun songs throughout my career, and people liked it. So instead of like doing like a small little, let me perform in front of a small crowd, I booked Fusion Lobby, book a band, a recording team, and I did a live concert in Fusion Lobby.
Oh wow!
I just went big with it, just cause.
And you had like a live band and stuff.
And everything.
I remember
guitar, piano, drum, everything. I just went big.
Yeah.
I have a comedy special coming up actually, October 13th.
Okay.
I did 1 or 2 stand-up, like 15-minute stand-up segments on some 2-person sets at their shows, but that was like quick. I don't really do stand-up.
Okay.
I do entertainment, comedy, hosting, social media, but I don't really do stand-up, like standing up, just telling jokes. So you would think I'd do like a small comedy club here, small group here. I just going big, and I bring in a whole production company to fly in to produce it, to put it on streaming platforms.
Oh wow!
Silly, scared, but I think I know it's gonna be great. There's a grace on me that I'm confident about.
And the content you write yourself, or you have a team?
No, myself.
Everything yourself.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
No team writing for me.
Okay.
Me. But yeah, I just go big one time.
Got you. So you've been able to build an audience, right? Social media presence. You have a few endorsements with different companies around the Bahamas. You've gotten into stage plays, gotten into acting. What's your strategy in your growth? Like, how do you go from, putting out a skit and it going viral to, being now a sought after individual for like promotions, for hosting? Like, how would you categorize that growth for you?
I think the growth happens naturally as I experience and as I do stuff. I always like take pieces away, add pieces. How can I perfect this? I'd always say yes. First time I host an event, first I said no. I said yes, did it afraid, went for it, learned from it. First time I did a wedding, first time I did the stand-up show. It was always just go for it, decide if it's something you want to do, and then if it is, perfect it. And it's crazy that requests for whatever I do for the first time would increase because I did it so good the first time. So it's just a matter of, okay, since people liking it and they booking it, let me perfect it. And someone very close to me, my best friend once said to me, never say no. Just if someone asks of you, just tell them yes, unless it's something you really don't do.
Yeah.
Like somebody asked me before to come and do stand-up at a funeral.
To come and do stand-up at a funeral? Like,
I don't know if that's normal.
Like an actual funeral?
An actual funeral, body in the casket.
They want you to make everyone laugh. These people.
Right? Body in the casket in front of you. And you got to make these sad, weeping, grieving people laugh. Because as far as they're concerned, the person in the box was the life of the party when they was alive.
Okay. They're just trying to bring some of that to the homegoing. Yeah, I think
first thing would hit my mind. I up there, so BPLM. So this and that, y'all feel how hot the sun is and all, yeah. He gone. By the way, in that intro you said sometimes you laugh at inappropriate things. Yeah. That's me too. Oh. And funerals is one of them. You should not be laughing at funerals.
I can find something to laugh at.
No, but you should not. But there's things that happen at funerals that's funny when 100%. People throwing themselves all over. But respectfully, you shouldn't be laughing. I remember one time, and I hope they don't see this, I went to support someone at a funeral. And, I consoling them, making sure they good, trying to be a pillar of strength next to them. And we done been through the church, we at the grave site now. The body cranking, body going in the ground, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And I consoling them. And they say, my honey can't breathe. My honey can't breathe. It took every muscle
to hold it together
in my body. Because Diana, you should be laughing now. She can't breathe. Yeah. Oh, it's been a while since. No, I just we shouldn't be laughing. So I'm one of them too.
Got you.
But I can hold it in.
Got you.
Either that or you got to do the Bahamian thing. You just
just
head down, lip ball right up, lip push your lip. And ball right up. But my best friend told me never say no, say yes. So that's something I would do. Tell them yes, go for it. Corporate events, government events, they nerve-wracking because you feel like all these dignitaries are going to be, all. I'm for Pinewood. Yeah. I'm for, I don't want to laugh. I have to save the Bahamas. But they're actually cool. Yeah. I cool with all of them. Yeah. I just go for it and then perfect it.
And so you were able to build this audience. How do you maintain the growth of the audience?
Staying consistent. I feel like as long as you are doing what they appreciate they would always have you
Support.
around.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like that cousin you like hang out with who always just make you laugh, who always, is a good energy to be around.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm that good cousin. Every time a video come out, people, I can't wait for you to drop a video. You just have me laughing. Boy, I like them commercials from the young people till the not so young people. I'm sure, because you're following of the age range of okay, just making sure. The not so young people. And they themselves would come to you and tell you, I follow you. I like your stuff. When the next one coming out? I love what you do. Thank you for not being raunchy. It's clean comedy. It's relatable comedy. You're very good. And staying relevant.
Yep.
Staying relevant keeps them tuned in, keeps them ready for what I got next. Even the haters who watching, they waiting for you to slip up, down for, but they know they adding to my numbers too.
Always.
Adding to my views too. See, they say it. If I have haters, I don't know if I have haters. Yeah, I don't be out there.
I feel you.
It'd be cool to have haters, you think?
Yeah,
Because dogs don't bark up our car.
All it,
So if nobody barking, am I doing anything right?
you're right.
You know what I mean?
What are you doing if
what am I
anyone?
doing if
Nah, I
nobody
got you.
barking?
Got
so-
you 100%. I agree.
Yeah, so I love my fans, I love my followers, I love the people who love the work that I do, and they are truly why I do what I do.
Yep.
Because my gift is me serving them. And again, one of my agreements, my prayers to God was, whenever I put out content or do anything, if someone smile, laugh, or just even smirk, because of something I do, I want you to heal them, bless them, change their life. I want you to give them peace. Like whatever they need in that moment, grant them that through me, your servant. Like I said, it's deep for me. So I do it for them, and they always give me the love back. That keeps me going.
Got you. So I want to get a little personal now. I won't get in your pockets. So let's talk about the success of which this you pulling out. I know there's plenty big faces there.
Yeah.
Plenty Marlins. All right.
That's what we'll do, dollars. Don't let the camera see it. Bless you, man. Bless you, man. And keep up the good work.
I appreciate it.
That's it. What's the question? Why you laughing?
I appreciate this.
You gotta sow.
Appreciate
You know that I used to buy my boss on my job lunch. He making 6 times what I making, but I
you
used
still
to
buying him
bless him
lunch.
because I know if
That's where you gonna get one day.
and right, sowing into the ministry.
Got you.
So, $1
Got you.
dollars.
I appreciate it.
Bless it, man.
Appreciate
Yeah, man.
it. So talking about money, how so I let's not get too like you ain't gotta talk.
Okay.
You ain't gotta
Don't
talk.
get
no
specific.
Yeah.
Don't
you
get
need
specific.
I don't want to put your business out there. I don't
Okay.
put all your business out there.
Okay.
But I like to ask this question because I want people to be able to see, like people who aspire to do what you do and be in the position you're in, like how, like if you stay consistent and you stay dedicated to like what it is that you're doing, how successful you could be, but from a monetary standpoint. So how has it been for you financially?
Financially, God has been blowing my mind. I was able to transition from working a week for a certain amount, let's say $100, to working 2 hours for double that.
Wow.
Like God is really obedience.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta just be obedient because you never know what on the other side
Of obedience.
Like
yeah.
you gotta work literally a full week to see $100.
Yeah.
And now you're in a season where for 2 hours just can make us laugh and you make double that.
Wow.
And it has gotten to a place where I am able to live off of it. Each year I would do a self-assessment evaluation of my prices, how can I elevate my service, take my price up. Sometimes it's a business tactic where let's say you normally charge $50. A new year roll around, you'll be like, let me try 70 and see how the customers react. And you throw the 70 out there and they say, oh, okay. And they pay the 70, you're like, it should have been the 70 long time. So that testing,
Sure.
that business tactic of testing,
Sure.
can I bring my price up based on my quality that I provide to the customer. So,
and I would imagine you bringing in revenue from like your hosting gigs, from the endorsements you get from
most
these
definitely
companies, from the different things that you're doing. So
it's important to have
it's multiple streams of revenue.
income, and that stemmed from me never saying no. So if somebody asks me if I shoot commercial, I'll tell them yes.
Even if you never shoot a commercial before, we can figure it out.
Yeah. I could grab a camera, or
Yeah.
I could hire somebody and put a little fee on that. Do you do social media page management? Yes. Don't even know how to log in, but you give me a couple dollars, I'll manage your social media page. You host weddings? Yes. You do comedy? Yes. Do you manage talent? Yes. You host karaoke? Yes. And all these just turn into streams of income. And again, once you put your head to do something and you perfect it, and you stay professional, and you stay transparent and honest as well, people trust you. And I think that's how come I'm able to get such big brands, because they trust me.
Yeah.
They trust my product.
Yeah.
They trust that it's going to be clean, my creativity, my delivery, my scheduling, my quality that I bring. And they trust that I'm going to give them good results, a return on their investment,
Right.
basically.
Right. Living good.
Yeah.
Living
God
good.
is good. Bringing in different streams, and if there's slow periods as well. So if hosting slow down, social media out there, and you put ads in a show and you make money from that. If that slow down, you managing talent. If that slow down, you hosting karaoke here. So just having an arsenal of
Work.
Yeah, just
Jobs.
gifts and
Revenue streams.
things you're able to do. Keep
Yep.
spitting them. Gifts, revenue streams.
Drawing a blank now. You put me on the spot.
Oh,
Getting
okay.
nervous.
Yeah. So I'm able to live off of it, and that's when you know you're in a good place too. When you do what you love and your product is of high demand, and you get it to a price where even just one of your streams could sustain, let's say, even just rent alone or the bills, you know you're in a good place.
Yeah.
If you have one stream and it barely getting you by, I do suggest just looking for another stream of income to kind of help you compensate or just to live comfortably.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%.
mean?
100%.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're not hurting for money.
No.
In the Bahamian vernacular, you ain't hating.
I ain't
You ain't hating at all.
bucket in coffin.
Even though I only get $2. But everything cool. Everything cool. God could bless you for that. I appreciate this.
You want them more? Talk to me.
No, he's straight.
Sure.
He's straight. So
Okay, give me 2, I give you 5. I give you 5.
he's straight. He's straight. I appreciate it too, man.
Okay.
I appreciate whatever I could get.
Okay, I didn't know see it come with interest.
Oh man. So Mike, I got two final questions.
Okay.
The first is, how do you balance your personal life with your professional life, right? So that's personal life, meaning, I don't know if you have, someone special on the side of you or somewhere around. Why you look at me like that?
No, you're waiting for you to finish the question.
Okay. This is like, why you
It's a
asking me
bad
this
man,
question?
It's a bad man.
So, personal, professional life. So like your relationship. So if, however that looks.
Right.
And then like your off time. Like, how do you take time for yourself? Whether that's, taking a vacation or, just taking time off from your day to day. Like, how do you, what's the balance there?
Because my work is so in high demand and demanding, I have to be intentional with spending time with the people that I value. So whether I'm dating, whether it's with friends, whether it's with community, one tactic I like to do is include my community or the friends or the person I'm dating in my work, kind of, sort of. That way we still together.
Okay.
And then carving out time to go and hang with them. Because even though it's a lot of work to be done, there are still down times. Like evening times, you could go out and go bowling. You could go catch a movie, go see a live band. So it's just being intentional about just balancing them. But that wasn't always the case with me. I was so absorbed in my work, and I had a problem with saying no. So anybody messaged me to do something, yes. Can you help? Yes. You could help? Yes. Can you help me with? Yes. Can you do? Yes. And then after all the yes, table full.
Yeah.
And everybody, after all the yeses comes the, is it ready? Is it ready?
Yeah.
How it looking?
Yeah.
You ready? Do we go now? And then you start double booking, you start overlapping, and you start stretching yourself between all these yeses. And that was draining me at some point. Like, it was frustrating me. It was draining me. Still, I don't have it as bad because I just feel like I want to be the answer in the world. You know, I want to be the solution. But I can't be Superman. I can't be everywhere all at once, every time. With the movie name.
That's a good movie, actually.
It was cool.
Yeah.
And so what my team does, one thing now that my team does is put in my calendar. Like, they'll just have the day block out and they'll put rest yourself.
Time off. Yeah. You need that.
They'll put December this week, vacation. Birthday week, vacation. So they kind of force me into rest. Take a break. You've been going every day, and I do. And I enjoy what I do, so I don't really feel it.
It don't feel like work, yeah.
Right. Until like my body tell me, hey, you need to calm down. So it don't feel like work, so I'm able to just go from one set to this shoot, to this, to that. But rest is so important. You wear yourself down, and when you find yourself going on other gigs and you ain't giving 100%, you tired, you ain't giving your best performance, you know, you need to
time
rest.
off.
You need some time
Got to
off.
reset. Yeah.
So between my team, keep me accountable, and me just, you know, cutting out time intentionally and making sure there's a balance. Especially now, I could say no. I could say no.
His pockets right.
Ask me for something.
Yeah.
No. So you see how smooth that was? You see how good that was?
You
I
let
didn't even
me
let
get
you
it
get
out.
nothing out. Just no. But them knows sometimes, babe, the peace you get, the time you routine, and just the
it's fun, bro.
stress.
No,
You
it's
don't
fun.
have to endure. People
Ain't
can
nothing like
stress
that.
you out.
Yeah. Why you think it's taken so long to get to that point? Why it's taken so long to get to the point where we could say no? Because we always feel like we can't say no. Or
Like
we
I
shouldn't
said,
say no.
for me, I always wanted to be a help. You have people out there who don't never rest because they always out there helping people.
Yeah.
And if you are that person, you need to take some time.
Learn to say
Like,
no. Hey, no, important
There are other
Let me-
people who could do exactly what you do.
facts.
You don't have to stay up late with this person like that. They have family, they have friends. You know what I mean? But not only you are a solution. God could send a raven, a donkey, you know, someone to be there for
pod
them.
cake, you
A
know, God
pod
could do all of
A
that,
mosquito could come right there. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And they feel better. But you up there, you know, killing yourself, knowing you got wake, knowing you got an early morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just
Got you. Got you, bud.
saying
So,
no.
So I want to know for a guy who entertains others, right? And you know this entertainment is your lifestyle, pretty much. What do you do for fun? What do you do to entertain yourself? What do you like to do?
Live bands, gaming. I'm a gamer. Xbox.
Oh, you play video games?
Yep.
What's your game of choice?
Apex Legends.
I don't even know what that is. That's a first.
If you just watch Apex, comment down.
Yeah.
Comment down below if you just play Apex. Apex Legends. I'm a gamer.
Okay.
Got into it during the pandemic.
Okay.
Gaming also as in terms of like table hockey, bowling, you know, shuffleboard, and all this dominoes, unos, you know, the good stuff.
Yeah.
Connect 4. Game nights, also a good karaoke.
Okay.
I got a little voice on me.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Just recreational stuff, live bands, going to see films, traveling.
Where do you like to travel?
Wherever I want to go.
Wherever you want to go. Okay.
Like
where have you gone
recently?
What was one of your biggest destinations recently?
Dubai.
Okay.
That was my second time.
Second time. Okay.
Second time. First time was with the government.
All right.
Second time was recreationally. Furthest place I've been, the Holy Land.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Very disappointing.
Really?
What? Yeah.
Seriously? You ain't going the right crew. You gotta go with us.
I bet.
You gotta go with
You
us.
know why I was disappointed? And I hope this don't cause problems too. So, if it does, cut it out. All them footnotes is for y'all. When I went to the Holy Land, we was on tour. And I even did a vlog. Can't find it today. That's so frustrating. I went as Bertram O'Bubble, my character. And I was able to experience the Red Sea, the tomb, all these biblical landmarks where the angels came down to the shepherds, been all them spots. I write my name on one rock in the Sea of Galilee, throw it in the river, so it's still there. But on the tour, we went to a location where the cross was, and they showed us the hole in the floor, and it was like gold plated. It was a whole museum. Then the next day on the tour, we went to where Jesus was crucified.
So, okay, go ahead.
Two different places.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all don't know?
But they didn't tell the story?
No.
Because like they don't know the land.
Oh yes, they did show us that. They show us a crack in the ground where each civilization will build on top of the
each other,
last.
right.
So it's just like the land we walking on is definitely not the land
with
they was
back in the day. But it's the
two different locations though.
that's because they can't. I forget what the reason it is, but it's a legit reason though. It's a legit and
I probably didn't know that part.
People, the one, did you see the so there's a description in the Bible where it said that the mountain or the rock that the crucifixion happened on was in the shape of a skull, right? So one of those, I think, is probably the second one that you went to.
But you saw it in the distance?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they should have shown you like the outline of the skull in the rock or whatever. So that's part of the reason why they say, okay, it could be this location.
Okay.
Like each location is significant based on scriptures.
Okay.
But they just, because we don't have like the land isn't the same as it was.
That's the only part that kind of made me raise an eyebrow. Everything else was phenomenal.
Okay, I mean,
but that's the furthest place.
That ain't bad.
Yeah.
You should go back. I feel like the more I've been to Israel, like I think like 25 times now, each on a Holy Land tour, a tour of the Holy Land.
Like taking people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because my dad those used to take, so I used to go with them, and then we started after they passed. We took a few groups as well, and each time you go, like you learn something, and you see something differently than what you've been seeing before. So I think
go again,
with
you.
Yeah, you should go with us.
Yeah.
You should go.
$2 deposit.
You
I know it's coming handy at some point.
No,
you see how God is
Way to
working.
bring
I
it
was
home.
investing into something. But yeah, if I ready to travel, I'll just pick up and go to a concert.
Got you.
Go see some. Recently, I've been in preparation for my comedy show. I've been watching some other stand-up comedians just to take notes, to feel the atmosphere, just for fun, just because I want to go.
Okay. Well, what's a place that you haven't been to that you want to travel to?
I almost made it there, but we changed last minute. Bali. Bali, I want to experience Bali.
Yeah, that on my list too.
Yeah, and this other TikTok corset, man.
I got you.
What is
100%.
the name? Bora Bora.
Bora. Yep. Yeah.
I want to experience that. Never been to Canada.
Really?
I know, right? My brother lives there. Why ain't been there yet?
Wow.
Canada, and then I almost ended up on an Alaskan cruise to experience that.
That should be
But
dope
they are
too.
on my list. And Switzerland.
Okay.
It looks beautiful
Yeah.
on TikTok. So those are on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's I feel like your journey to where you are now is one that is inspirational because of like how you started and where you are and what you've been able to create for yourself.
Appreciate
right? One of the questions I like to ask my guests, the last question before we end is this: how do you define success?
How do I define success? I would say success would be obedience. It would be obedience and fulfilling your assignment on earth. I think that's success to me. And then seeing the reward or the fruit of the seeds that you plant. I think that's that's how I see success. If I plant a seed and I see the fruit and I see what comes from it, I'm like, okay, that was a successful run. So seeing the fruit of what you plant is success for me.
All right. Awesome, bud. Awesome. That works. Well, DasQuay, appreciate you being on the pod. There was a little more that I wanted to get to, wanted to discuss, but that only means I got to bring you back.
Yeah, no problem, man. Or just ask me online. Oh, you want it for the camera? Okay.
No,
no problem.
We got to have another discussion for
no
sure,
problem, man.
I really like the work that you do, man. Continue, keep it up.
I will.
Keep entertaining us. For people who want to get in contact with you, they may want you to come, host a wedding for them, host a celebration.
Not a funeral.
Some pastors may want you to come do a stand-up for the clergy.
You know what? I would give it a try again.
I was just going to say, man.
I would give it a try again. I think I prepared now.
Yeah, you learned a lot from that.
Because my mouth hard now. So they don't like, be like, what happened? What happened?
You could demand a laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't laughing. What happened? You got a pumpe. And I know I could crack. I know I could get a laugh at that. So it's like strategic things I have now perfecting my craft. I know I could get a laugh, even if just one.
There you go.
You know what I mean? But if you want to follow me and the content, the stuff I have going out, you can follow DasQuay. That's on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, BearShare, LimeWire, High Five, MySpace.
You on every day?
Yeah.
You're taking it back.
Wait,
people still use High Five?
Nope, not at all. But if you're still on it,
you can
follow me. IMVU Harbour Hotel. You already know about that.
Oh man, so that's DasQuay, DasQuay.
And for bookings at DasQuay.com for any promotional and or events or just consultation, marketing, all of that. Whatever you need me to do,
he can do it.
I can say yes.
He can tell you no.
So just hit me up. I got you.
No, I appreciate you being on the pod, man. Thank you for telling your story.
It's a pleasure.
All the best, bro. All the best.
Thank
really, you're doing a good job. I laugh a lot when I watch your videos, and that's something I love to do. So I appreciate you, man.
Well, y'all heard it there.
I thought you saying, what is it?
MMJ. No, that was for you. That was for you. I ain't seeing you on
I just see
camera.
the peripheral, right? I didn't want to leave you.
I just want you to know, and everybody, because Myles Monroe Jr. watches and laughs at my stuff, my price gone up again. Thank you very much.
I hope when I come for something though, I get a little discount though. Oh, I get.
Why you say lil, man? You shouldn't say lil.
I forget the video. No, you're right.
Can't say lil.
Can't say lil.
Can't say lil.
You're right.
Try again.
I hope I could get a discount.
You straight, man.
Appreciate that. I think Lil is just Bahamian.
Yeah. Great, you doing little advertisement. Much.
Do a little something.
Some you say Lil. Yeah.
You already know what that is.
That's a $50. I got $50. Give me what you can give me. Don't hit me with no bill. I got $50 and a prayer. Work with me. And I just work with them, though. They straight.
So you still is under the Lils?
Yeah, every now and again when I choose to. If I see the, reciprocity. Remember? I had one more. I had to slip down there the reciprocity. Then I'd invest in the Lils.
Oh, man. Solid, though. Solid.
That's it.
Well, that brings us to the portion of the pod where I leave with you a milestone. And the milestone today is everybody laughs the same in every language. And that's because laughter...
That's deep. Sorry, that was deep.
No, you're good. And that's because laughter is a universal connection. All right? So laughter is great. Laughter is key, man. Anytime you get an opportunity to laugh, express yourself through laughter, man. I feel like, there's no prison in laughter. There's no chains on laughter. Happiness is key. Yep. We should want to be happy in life and express that happiness through the things that we love, the people that we love, the things that we love to do. All right. So just know that, we all laugh in the same language. All right. So let's keep laughing. All right. So DasQuay, man, thanks again for being on.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate you joining me on the pod. For all of you out there, as always, the vision and goal of this podcast is to entertain, educate, and elevate you miles high above your fears, your doubts, and any limitation that
PGA, don't lie. This is expensive water.
Any limitation that you think exists.
You drinking yours?
You want some?
If you want drinking.
Oh, always knowing that those limitations only exist in your mind. This has been a good one. Until next time. Y'all stay blessed.
Stay blessed. No, for true, just Fiji.